I'm Alan Bresnick from Light Reading. We're here in New Orleans at SCTE Cable Tech Expo. I'm speaking to Mike Bangert from Viavi Solutions. Hi, Mike.
How you doing, Alan?
All right, thanks. You were part of our panel today on cable and 5G, friend or foe. So I was curious what your thinking is about how much of a threat 5G is for cable, or how much is it an opportunity for cable?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think the real threat comes from the fixed wireless side, being able to have mobile operators move into the residential broadband sector.
Right.
But I think on net, that's really going to be something that is going to happen to expand coverage areas. It's not really, I don't think, going to go head to head with cable, especially when they already have HFC plant deployed. I think really the biggest opportunity is around backhaul, where they're going to be able to reuse a lot of the fiber infrastructure that they're deploying today, both from a fiber deep HFC type approach, as well as some of the new DAA architectures that are emerging. And I think that's really where what you're going to see is if you overlay those two architectures, the 5G and the DAA, what you find is that the places where the MSOs are deploying power, fiber, all of the right-of-way are really going to overlap really well with the 5G mobile networks.
Do you think they'll be doing it mostly over fiber, or will they be able to use DOCSIS to do backhaul and other things?
I think that's an interesting question. I do think that the DOCSIS backhaul will be a play there. I think what's interesting, one of the things we didn't get a chance to get into the panel this morning, is that there's not necessarily one size fits all in terms of 5G equipment. You're actually seeing the mobile backhaul, or sorry, the fixed wireless, the mobile, and then some of the low band. Those are all different types of applications, and they have different backhaul requirements. So from a fixed wireless perspective, I think DOCSIS will play really well. For some of the small cell underlay type networks, I think you're probably going to want to see fiber.
Okay. Any other big opportunities for cable? We've heard about backhaul. I think on the panel we heard about SMB.
Yeah.
Any others?
Some of the protection type applications, really the ability to potentially offer an alternate mobile network capability, or keep their customers using a MSO network, regardless of whether they're in a residential scenario or a mobile scenario. I think there's definitely some opportunities for them as well.
What do you think are cable's biggest challenges in trying to do 5G?
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing. One of the things I commented this morning is if they're really looking to be able to deploy a mobile network, there's a lot of RF subject matter experts that are working for MSOs today, but not necessarily worried about RF that's over the air.
Yeah,
they're worried about RF that's over cable, and so I think building that capability is probably going to be one of the operational challenges. The technology is certainly there, but it's really the operationalization of some of those tools that are going to be important.
What will it take to do RF over the air?
Again, I think it's really just trying to understand the planning of RF. What's your overall layout of the network? But then there's also the optimization piece. So things like interference hunting, being able to manage all of the individual cells that are being deployed. That presents some operational challenges, but again, that's one of the areas where we can come in and help. Whether it's an RF over the air, whether it's the backhaul, whether it's the fiber, we're really trying to help in all those areas.
Okay, Mike, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.